Greetings, Slackers. It's October 29th, 2017, and I'm over here on News Channel 8, WFLA.com, with another article I want to share with you, and this is by Shannon Benkin. And it is online dating scam convinces man matches underage girl, gets fake call from TPD. And it goes on to state here that an online dating scam is spreading across the country, bilking victims out of tens of thousands of dollars. The scam works because it is sophisticated with many layers of deceit. It convinces victims that they broke the law, face arrest, and that their reputations could be ruined. Victims are told the new love interest they met on a dating website is actually an underage girl. The whole thing is a scam. It happened to a Tampa Bay area man who turned to Better Call Benkin to warn others. He doesn't want his name shared for obvious reasons, so we're calling him Rusty. This literally probably took years off my life, he said. Rusty turned to the dating website Plenty of Fish. He heard success stories from friends who made connections on the site and even found their spouses. I've had a couple of friends who have met people on this site and have gotten married, so I figured I would give it a try, Rusty said. At first, things looked promising. He met a 27-year-old woman. They started texting, and it was exciting. The texts were innocent at first. Then she turned up the heat. At some point, she started to send me, some revealing pictures. And she asked me for some in return, he said. Eventually, Rusty played along, sending pictures of himself that he now regrets. After that, things changed. The woman dropped a bombshell. She said something like, are you ready to do so-and-so to this 17-year-old body? And immediately I responded, 17? He recalled. Rusty says he cut it off and deleted her phone number. But the next call was from Tampa police, or so he thought. The caller claimed to be a detective and said he was investigating underage sexting. The girl's father had called police, according to the detective, and was ready to press charges. He read off 3 different felony counts and threatened me with up to, I think it was 25 years in prison, Rusty said. Rusty was a little suspicious and scared, so he looked up the phone number online. He was terrified when it showed up as Tampa police. He called the number and Tampa police answered. He told a dispatcher about the call, but says he was told no one could check it out for him because of the sensitive nature of the investigation. The phone number made me believe, Rusty said. Then things got even weirder when the girl's father wanted to talk on the phone, quote, man to man. Rusty called him. The dad sounded legitimate until he hinted that money could make the nightmare go away. Rusty searched the internet for answers and found hundreds of similar stories from victims across the country. The crooks end up asking for money, usually to pay for counseling for the daughter. Some victims have paid hundreds of dollars. The stories were exactly the same, he said. I knew then it was a scam. The truth didn't come in time to save him from days of fear, just waiting for the cops to show up. Rusty called Better Call Benkin because he wants others to know about this scam. If people know, they won't fall for it, Rusty hopes. One of the things that convinced him to tell his story is that he reads stories from other men who were so distraught that they considered suicide. To be innocent and have that feeling is horrible, Rusty said. Tampa police spokesman Steve Haggerty had never heard of the scam before a call from Better Call Benkin. He said there are no police reports at TPD, likely because victims are embarrassed. Some may not even know they were scammed. There are many layers to it, so even if you're skeptical after the first layer, you might think, oh, wow, this is really getting to be a big problem, Haggerty said. And for you guys out there who are using online dating apps and sites, This is one of the scams that you definitely want to be alert to. If you were younger than 25, one of the things that scammers are looking for is a target. And because you're under 25, you fit the profile of someone who is naive and green behind the ears when it comes to the ways of women and online dating. They know that you won't listen to the head on your shoulders, and they know that they can get you excited by sending you some racy and revealing photos. But that's the lure to get you on the hook. Once they've got you, as you can see here, it switched up on him when she said something like, are you ready to do so and so to this 17-year-old body? Now, you might be talking to someone on a dating site. The platform may read that they are 18 or above. And so these are details that you need to be very clear of when communicating with someone out here, so you can catch inconsistencies in the story. Little discrepancies like, hey, your profile said that you were 21, but now you're telling me that you are 17 and a half. Well, depending on what the age of consent is in the state that you live in, most states are 18 years and older, and you want to protect yourself at all costs. Do like this man did. Hang up the phone. Do not submit to fear. And go online and look at other stories so you can see the pattern begin to develop of the types of targets and the experiences that have been accumulated due to this scam being perpetrated on people who they were going to try to turn into victims. So that way you don't become a victim yourself, and share those stories with others. Share this story with someone. Send it to other guys that you know if you have friends, or even female friends who are using online dating platforms. Because the more people that are aware, the less likely that a scam like this will be able to be successful. As you can see here, they're after money, and it's always money that can make the issue go away. And they are counting on the fact that you will submit to your fear rather than reason. And another thing too is you want to come over here and you want to look at this link because there's a video attached. The video has some elements in it that you definitely want to be aware of, such as scammers now have the ability to spoof phone numbers. So if you get someone from a police department pretending to be a police official, always call back and verify, because they have the ability to now spoof law enforcement, police department phone numbers, okay? And so again, you don't want to fall for these scams. You want to protect yourself. I'm going to cut it right there. What are your thoughts on this? Leave all that for me down in the comment section below. The link to this will be down in the description box. And as always, that's going to do it for this article and this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Did you enjoy this video and find it informative? Subscribe to the Slackers Method and click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to receive all the latest notifications for when I upload new videos.